Okay, welcome back. Now in this video I want to talk about, now that you have your interviewee ready to go, I want to give you some tips on asking questions and just what to look out for when you're interviewing your interviewee. Okay, so here we go. So I have everything set up here. I have power, I have my mic. So my mic, and this is available to you, is we have a digital recording kit, but my mic, I want to kind of place it right here. I want to have enough slack so it's not, the mic isn't being tugged and pulled on. But right about there is pretty good. I could even move it to this side since Clark is going to be facing this way, and so that might sound a little bit better, but that should be fine. And then I want to kind of hide the cable here. So we have them mic'd up. The next thing I want to do is kind of frame the shot. So with framing, it looks pretty good right now. I have kind of vectors or lines kind of leading to him. He's taking over the right side of the screen. There's space on the left. And it looks pretty good. Everything looks pretty nice. So when Clark will respond to me, he's going to be facing to his left where there's more space here. If he was facing to the right, or his left, then there's really not a lot of space here, and that's just going to look kind of odd. And you can take a look at, if you watch TV, kind of keep an eye out for like the framing and how the interviewee is looking. But the interviewee usually looks to where there's more screen real estate. So Clark's positioned to the right. He's looking off to the left here on the screen. So, and I'm positioned on the left side of the smartphone. All right, so another thing with eyeline is you want to make sure that you position yourself, either on the left side or the right side of the camera, but you want your interviewee to look at you mostly as you're asking the questions, and that looks more natural than the interviewee looking at the smartphone. In the scene, you don't want too much headroom. I don't want something like this, or I don't want not enough headroom and something like that. Just enough. This looks pretty good. Another thing here is we just kind of have a basic office setting, and you might, if you do land an interview with an expert in the community for your final neighborhood project, you might find yourself in a similar situation where it's just a basic office, and you're going to have to find the best spot for that. You're going to have to listen, see if there's a lot of HVAC noise or air circulation coming through. If there is, you might want to try to choose a different room. Ask your interviewee if there's another room that's quieter. Listen to any construction happening and stuff like that. If you're recording outside, wind is a big problem. With this microphone that we have, we can kind of tuck that in, so you could kind of block it from the wind. It's got a windscreen on it too, but that can only do so much. Another thing you can do is, so let's say you're in this office setting. Let's say there's a window behind the desk. Well, we don't want to shoot this scene then, because the window is either going to be so far overexposed, or Clark's going to be really dark and the camera's going to want to expose for the window. What you can do in that situation is have position yourself maybe where Clark is, and then shoot Clark over here. So let's say Clark is in the back of the office. So the fill light from the window is shining on Clark's face, kind of lighting him up. Because it's likely you're not going to have a light kit for your recording. So take a look at the light and see how you can kind of best light your subject. And then again, with an app like Filmic Pro, you can do some things in terms of exposure to darken it or lighten up the scene or darken it up. But I want to, just kind of tap on Clark's face and get the right exposure. So that's some things that you can do to kind of take a look at your environment and get the best kind of audio quality and video quality from the space that you have.